Hello everyone, this is a garage woodworker, and today I'm going to have a short video for you and discuss everything we need to know about blades. Here is a collection of blades. Some of them can fit table saws and circular saws, as you see here. And in most cases, blades have three characteristics. One of them is the diameter of the blade, which is the distance from here to the other direction. One of them is how many teeth the blade has, and it's usually written on the blade itself. For example, this blade has 24 teeth. And the other is the curve of the blade, which is in essence how the width of the blade, which also means how much material you're going to take away as you cut, and that is very important to know. We also have the same characteristics in handmade tools, as there are some blades that they have a wider curve, like this blade for example. Some blades that have a finer curve, and you see here we have a difference in how many teeth we have as well. And here, this is a metal cutting blade, and as you can see, this has a very close teeth, and also it is very thin. The curve of this blade, as you can see, is very small. And in hand tools, here's a Japanese saw that you see has very fine teeth, and also has a very thin curve. This is a Japanese saw, and it is intended for very fine cuts. These three blades are table saw blades, and they are intended for rough cuts. As a rule, the more teeth your blade has, the finer the cut. So a rough cut is something that you do not care if you have a little tear, and you do not care that it looks perfect. A fine cut or a finishing cut is more important. Of course, blades in circular saws are the same, and the same in reciprocating saws. Now, in reciprocating saws, you cannot put the blade incorrectly, because there is only one way that the blade can go. But in circular saws, and of course in table saws, you can put blades incorrectly, and that is very important. All blades have a directional arrow that tells you what direction the blade should go, but sometimes, depending on where it is stamped on the arrow, that can disappear. As you can see in this blade, we cannot see what is the direction of the blade. In this blade, however, we can. As a general rule of thumb, if you look at the blade, there is a little angle here, and this is in general the direction of the blade. If you put the blade backwards, especially on a table saw, you're going to immediately experience your material lifting on you. And if that happens, you need to immediately stop and reinstall the blade. What are the writings on the blade? You know, we have the number of teeth. This one has 24 teeth. Then we have the diameter of the blade, and this is a 10-inch diameter. And very often we're going to have the arbor. This is a 5/8 arbor. The arbor has to be appropriate, and it is the opening here. In your table saw will be the shaft, but we have blades with different size openings, and it is very important that you buy the correct blade for your saw. Your blades should always be sharp. As you see in this blade, we kind of see some burn marks. This blade actually has reached the end of its life. It is better to buy a new blade, because these blades start getting dangerous, and we can have the carbide tips separate, and at the high velocity that the blade moves, it can be very dangerous. So for each blade, know what is the diameter of the blade, know how many teeth you want, and the more the teeth, the more fine cuts you're going to make. Know the arbor size, of your equipment, and you're not going to go wrong. Now on hand tools, there are a couple of more details. Some saws, for example, can cut in both directions, but some saws are called pull saws, which means that you can only pull the blade, you cannot go back and forward. You need to know what kind of blade you buy, and usually that is listed on the blade package. The most dangerous blades and the ones that you can really install wrong are these blades here that I have 3 of, and the reason for that is that it is very easy to put the wrong way. Again, watch for burn marks. And when I talk about burn marks, I'm talking about this. This is simply the paint of the blade blurring as the blade is used through the wood. This is a very good blade. In fact, you see absolutely no burn marks here. This is a perfectly fine blade and safe to use. And this is a blade that has never been used. As you see, there is absolutely no burn marks, and you can very clearly see everything that is written here. The last tool that uses a blade, of course, is a bandsaw, and the same rule applies. In a bandsaw blade, you're going to have a curve, and you're going to also have a width of the blade. They are both important characteristics, but the rule of the teeth is the same. The closer the teeth, the finer the cut. So before you purchase blades, decide what you're going to do with those blades. Otherwise, you're not going to get satisfactory results. A good quality blade will have some form of heat dissipation that allows the blade to expand and contract, and that is this. That allows the blade to breathe, if you wish, and as it gets hot, it gives it space to expand. This blade is a cheaper blade, and it doesn't have as big, it has some small expansion, as you see there, as does this blade here. So those are actually a little lower quality blades because their expansion ports are not very big. In some blades they go quite some distance, and that is okay. You might not have expansion on small blades like this. This is a very small diameter blade. But you will see expansions on bigger blades. So I hope this was a helpful video for you guys. And if you have any questions about blades, make sure to ask me. Please follow, share and like the channel, and I will see you in a couple of days on my normal videos of building things, and I hope you will all watch those videos again. Thank you for watching my channel, and I appreciate your support.